There's the buckle that now belongs to Sid Steiner, who wins his first world title in the Bulldog and here at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, where it's time to grab your partner. Away we go. Team roping coming up next here at the Thomas and Mack Center. And here are your leaders in the average, Butch. Oh, excuse me, we've got Shane Sproul and Brandon Adams coming out first.
Well, I see the field flagger riding up there to get a good look at that head catch. Larry Davis is trying to take a look at it. Now watch it. It's on one horn right there. Actually, that's an illegal head catch, and that's why they're riding up there. So 4-2 goes to a no time because he missed him and just held onto that horn wrap.
Corey Kuntz along with Daniel Green. Corey competing with diabetes. In fact, he wears an insulin monitor that automatically gives him insulin whenever he needs it. He got that idea from watching the golfer Scott Verplank.
Well, he is a wicked healer. There's no question about that. Daniel Green, they picked up about 15,000, and Daniel just makes it work. And look how quick Corey kicks it up. 4.4. That'll move to the lead in the round. Right now, J.D. Yates and Bobby Harris ended up with a 5-second penalty, 11-7. And you can see the wild handle. Now, he roped this steer around the neck. That's legal, but it's harder to hop a steer out of there. But Corey doesn't wait, not one jump. Nice run.
Here we go. That brings up Steve Priscilla and Britt Foxes. They were 11-4 last night.
Boy, Britt, you know, you can see he was a little out of shape. He's trying to be quick, win what he could in the round. They come in, they were 7th in the average. To stay there, that's another $6,000, and Corey's going to pick up one hind foot, so add 5 to that 15 and 6. 20.6 seconds.
The commanding lead among the headers. Speed Williams coming in with a big advantage over Wade Wheatley, who made a run at Speed. Kyle Lockett made a run at Rich Skelton in the heeling as well, but it looks like Rich and Speed are well on their way to a 6th straight title in the team roping here at the Wrangler National Finals, where it's been a trying week for Clay Tryon and Caleb Twisselman. Both have won about $8,000 apiece.
They're thinking one thing right now. They want to win this go-around. 4.4 seconds. Green and Kuntz is the lead, but they've got a chance. Good steer. Roped him quick. But you can see the header's kind of trapped in the corner. Now the ropes have to be tight and facing. They get the flag, but 5.2 seconds. That little bobble right there. Not a bobble. They just ran out of room. Larry Davis had to hold the flag until everything was tight and facing. You see Caleb right there waiting, and finally the flag dropped. 5.2 seconds. That's now second in the round.
Well, before Rich and Speed came along, there was Jake and Clay. Jake Barnes, Clay O'Brien Cooper. These two teamed up for 5 championships in a row back in the mid-1980s.
They have been fun to watch, and it's nice to see them team back up. You know, probably not have had the best Wrangler National Finals they expected, but they are absolutely as wicked to win this round as anybody. Look at the concentration of Jake right there. Wants to start, 2 swings, quick catch. Now we'll see if Clay can clean it up. Now that steer wasn't easy to heel, and Clay did. 5 flat. Heck of a run. Number 2 in the round now. Boy, watch this. Now, Jake makes a quick catch right there, but watch this steer. When he swings around right here, watch how he swings and then kind of moves away from Clay. He actually hides himself under Clay's horse's neck a little bit, but when you're Clay O'Brien Cooper, that's no big deal.
4-4 is still the time to beat by Corey Kuntz and Daniel Green. Here comes Matt Tyler and Wayne Fulmer, a couple of team ropers from Texas.
Boy, good run right there. 4.8 seconds. That'll move him number 2 in this round. That's a big run for these guys. They'll take it.
Out of California, David Key out of Caldwell, Texas.
Well, these guys had some problems, fell from 1st to 8th in the average. But they are still 8th. They picked up nearly 25,000. To win 8th, that's another $3,300. But they're wanting to get the round now, and they have a good chance. Couple swings over his back, and 4.8 seconds. That'll move him to splitting 2nd and 3rd in this round behind Tyler and Fulmer.
The arm that helped him win $162,000 this past year. Wrestling steers on the rodeo circuit. Zach Canella and Tryon coming up with their run.
Oh, and Matt comes around and doesn't get it done. And while we were away, Mike Beards and T. Woolman tied the round, 4.4 seconds. So Zach Canella tracks up, cleans it up. But 3 loops goes to 14.8 seconds.
They've had better days. out here on the rodeo circuit. I'll tell you what, that'll motivate them even more coming up next year. And there's our leaders, T. Woolman and Mike Beers.
Yeah,
4
there's a look at it. Mike Beers so quick on the corner, 4.4 seconds, and he had to really work to get his dallies. They actually could have been a little quicker, but that's okay. They'll take that 4.4.
Take a good look at the man on the right side of your screen. That's the man who's a 3-time all-around champion, a 5-time calf roping champion. He's in the Hall of Fame, and he's won more money than anybody else in the sport of rodeo. That is Joe Beaver.
Well, these guys need to be 5'2" to take the lead in the average. Nice clean run. Oh, and a 5-second penalty, so 4.7 goes to 9.7. They came in second in the average. Boy, Joe has been tough this week. Quick rope right there, you know, hopped him out of there. Culpepper comes in there, takes a good look at it. One hind foot, though, puts him in there at 9 and 7.
Well, we've seen instant chemistry between Frank Graves and Alan Bach. Frank roped here with Monty Joe Petska last year. They were the runners-up. Monty Joe didn't qualify, so he teamed up with Alan Bach, and they won a couple of rounds.
You know, Alan is really impressed me. He has been so aggressive, and you need to be, because Frank is so quick. He can turn cattle really quick, and Alan, he said earlier, he was having a hard time getting that figured out. You know, it helps if you can rope together a long time, because then it's a feel. You know what the header's going to do. But look at that. Frank comes around there, and Alan's doing it again. Oh, by 1/10 of a second. 4.5. That'll put him third in the round.
Here's Martin Lucero and Kevin Stewart, veterans here at the Wrangler National Finals, but it happens to the best in the business, Butch.
Well, these guys came in 11th in the average. In other words, they aren't trying to just hold them a spot to pick up that bonus money Hadley talked about. They're trying to win money in the go-around. And to do it, well, 4-4, 4-4, 4-5, 4-8, you got to do it quick. That causes that. But these guys, they have been one of the best teams in team roping for many, many years. They'll be back.
Well, 2 years ago, Wade Wheatley and Kyle Lockett made a real run at Rich and Speed. They cut a $40,000 lead down to $18,000, and they did pretty much the same thing this year. As Rich and Speed really teased them, they need a 4-4 to go to #1 in the world on this run.
Well, they need to win the round, and they may do that. Oh, and you can see just could not get the dallies. 4.6 seconds. They needed to win the round to put any pressure on Speed and Rich, and they tried right here. I'll tell you what, Wade Wheatley picked it up out there. Quick catch right there, but Kyle could not get his dallies, and that happens sometimes. See how that steer is flanked right there? That means your rope's going to sizzle through your hand much quicker, and it was just running on him. He finally got it capped off, 4.6.
So the pressure off a little bit on Rich Skelton and Speed Williams as they go for their 6th consecutive title. These two guys built a practice arena back in Texas with the exact same dimensions as the Thomas and Mack Center. That shows you how serious they are about this business.
Well, you know, they kind of oinked up the first couple rounds here at the finals, and since then they've placed every night. But this may change things. I don't know if it's going to change that much, but their average position sure might. Look how quick Speed rebuilt that loop. Now we'll see. We'll see what happens. 13.2 seconds. I don't know. They were about 3 seconds ahead of Wade and Kyle in the average. We'll wait. We'll have to refigure now.
Yeah, we'll get our calculators out and see who indeed has won the team roping here in the 10th go-round of the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo.